I know that I'm different, self-motivated, self-disciplined, yeah. I learned from my experience. I just want someone.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode from Boys to Men. I'm your host, Terrence the King. And yes, I'm not here with the bros today. And yes, there's a female on this episode again today. I'm going to let her to introduce herself. We got a good topic for y'all today. But introduce yourself first.
So I'm Rachel, aka Ray. That's what everybody knows me by.
She used to have red hair. And
Yes.
she's fiery.
Yes, very much so. Had to calm it down a little bit.
I was like, that girl is on fire. Oh, yeah. Okay, but her name is Ray. Where you from, Ray?
I am fortunately from Pensacola, Florida. Born and raised right here. Graduated from Washington. Oh, don't do that. Don't.
Why can't I do that? It makes sense now.
Oh, what part? What part?
Like everything now. It's like, now that I know you wouldn't watch, I was like, alright. If no one ever been to Pensacola, I'm gonna break down Pensacola to y'all so y'all can understand everything.
Oh, goodness.
Especially females.
Oh, God. Oh, wait a second. Okay. Let's hear this.
Alright. I'm going by the high school they graduated from.
Okay.
So if they went to Washington, they the bougie ones.
Big's different.
Bougie. And then if you go to PHS, they the little ratchet bougies. Pound Forest, they little hood. But then you got a Scambia, that's just complete ratchet. Canton, well, you got a Tate,
That's straight pop.
you just can't, well, I don't want to say that. You got the country boys that want to be hood. You go to Northview, they got the country people.
Oh, yeah.
And then
You deep.
if you go to Gold Breeze or anything in Santa Rosa County,
Straight preppy.
them little white girls that come over here trying to give all the black guys.
Yeah. Jungle fever.
They got jungle fever. Jungle fever areas over there and back.
Yeah, for real.
And if you go to West Florida High School, you're just the melting pot of everything. So
Yeah. That was the best place to be though. I feel like West Florida was just like you got every little bit.
yeah, you really is the melting
little
pot.
area.
It was a melting pot.
Yeah.
Man, ooh Lord. If I would have took advantage back then on my,
No, for real.
I was too goofy.
Yeah.
Still is.
I wasn't serious.
I wasn't even.
I was just
I was just.
making it. I feel like I was just making it.
I was trying to fuck, but didn't know what to do to get. Yeah.
I understand. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
But no, this is not our topic today. We're not talking about how to get in the high school and everything. We're talking about adoptions and everything, and how, the struggles of life, not knowing, really knowing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that get, adopted from birth, that people go in the system. And every little circumstance is a little bit different.
Right.
If y'all remember Pookie's episode, if I remember it, go back and look at it. He was actually adopted and everything. So, but this is a different circumstance. But Rachel, we're grown now. We'll call Rachel. Oh, Rachel. So, when did you find out that you was adopted?
So I had what you call an open adoption. So I've known the entire time. Nothing was ever hidden from me. Ever since my mom could let me know, she was letting me know the whole time.
Alright. So since it was an open adoption, you always know.
So, for example, open adoption is where my biological family can keep in contact with me. But when you have a closed adoption, it's more so they'll find out. You can find out and go on your own adventure when you're 18. So that's when it's a little harder. I feel like an open adoption is the best way to go, but it depends on the circumstances of the family as well.
Alright, so basically, there was a good relations and everything. It just at the time, it was like the best option.
Yeah.
Is for.
It was.
Okay. So you always known your mother and you always known who your father was.
So I always knew who my mother was. I had a relationship with that side of the family. But my dad's side, I didn't know a name even until I was 12 or 13. And then I started doing my own research and then found out he was locked up and then he got out and then I met him when I was 16.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. So wait, did your mother not allow you to Let you know who your father.
So no, it was my adopted mom, which I don't call her that. I call her mom, and I call mine. So I'll say Tammy. Tammy is the one who had me,
Okay.
and then my mom is the one who adopted
Raised
me.
me. Basically raised me.
Raised me.
Yeah.
So, she didn't know who he was either. So she just informed me like, hey, I know who your mom is. You can have a relationship with them, but I don't know who your dad is. And so she was like, I think I know a last name. And so when I would ask, like, you know, my Tammy side of the family, she would kind of be like, oh, this is the name. Or they would give me, like, the middle name, but not, like, the first and the last. I couldn't, like, it was like a puzzle. So I was like, what's up? Like, I want to know who my daddy is. Like, come on now. And so when they finally did tell me, the crazy part is the girl that I grew up with that lived down the street from me was actually dating my brother. Yeah, so me and her was, like, talking, like, chopping it up one day, and I was like, who are you dating? And she was like, Clifford Jr. And I was like, I think my daddy's Clifford Sr. So we went on Jailview, and that's what it was. And she called him. She was like, hey, is your dad in jail? His name is da-da-da-da-da. And he was like, yeah. And she was like, I'm best friends with your sister. And then, like, it was just crazy. Like, that's how I met my brother. It was crazy. You remember Uvu?
Yeah.
I used to get on Uvu with my brother. Me and him
That's
were 9
the
days
dang thing.
apart.
That,
Yes.
No, look, because I was trying to, I said this like a long time ago in one of my other episodes. I couldn't remember what the thing was. I was like, man, it wasn't FaceTime. It
was Skype.
It was the one that, it was the yellow one.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
ooh, dang.
Yes.
So y'all was 9 days apart?
Yes. So we're the same age. My birthday is December 19th, and his birthday is December 11th.
Y'all went to the same high school too?
No, he went to Pine Forest. But we went to the same. I want to say we went to the same middle school for a short period of time, and that's how we got each other's Uvu information.
It'd be funny if y'all would like, sorry, beefing, or y'all would have started talking.
Yeah.
And like,
And it was crazy, because you know, Uvu used to be
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm just gonna talk to this rando person. It's like whatever, we're the same age, and that's how it was. We just be on Uvu just
this dude.
cracking jokes and doing stupid stuff, and then later down the line we're like, you were my brother this whole time. I was in elementary school and after school care with my cousin, my first cousin. Did not know any of this information. Like, crazy. Went to church when I was little with my aunt. Like, my grandmother's sister.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, like, that's how close it was. Like, Pensacola is this small, y'all. Like, when I say
Not really. But
man, you cut a corner, you'd be like,
you know, I know, look, this is alright. My thing is, I was raised up on basically every side of Pensacola.
Okay.
So that's my problem.
Okay.
See, one aunt of my great grandma's sisters was on the east side
Okay.
of Escalona. And my other aunt, she lived in Alice Court on the west side. And I was raised up over there. Like, she used to pick me up, take me PCA. I just ride rollerblades down to the little
How long
corner
did
store.
you go to PCA?
K4, K5. Got out of there. Well, no, the reason why I got out of there was clear because my sister had just went to, like, public school.
Mhm.
They was to leave me up there. One day I got off the bus at the wrong stop because I saw my aunt go into the church.
Mm-hmm.
My mom was like, you didn't think you saw it? I was like, man, I know what I saw. But yeah, I overheard grown folks talking. My mom said that I heard that my aunt was supposed to pick me up from school. I was like, well, dang, there she go right here at the church. Got off in the middle of cantonment, and yeah. I finished out the year, close. Then anybody was at the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Next year I was in public school.
Jeez.
So
That's the story.
that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But I got my ass told for that.
I'm
Like, my
good.
mom, no, because look, everybody's out there crying and everything. I was lost in cantonment, they got kidnapped and stuff. I come home, my mom was like hugging me and everything else too. We up in there chilling, got in the room, sleep, everything. She's like, you know I can beat your ass, right? I was like,
What? Love me. Love me.
I didn't know. I was like,
Love me.
I was there coming home, just like, oh, why everybody crying for? Everybody running up to me like, ah, I was like,
What?
what? Exactly. And people was like, we thought you was lost. Oh, there was like my sister, like my older sister, she would never show that she actually cared for me, but I knew after that, I was like, you always love me. I was like, but, you know, it's kind of crazy because, like, if I think about it, I didn't know my dad growing up.
Okay.
Actually, my first time actually talking to him, and the only time I was talking to him was the year after I graduated. And I met my older two sisters from him.
Wow.
And funny about it, we all was born in Pensacola. Yeah, he was military. And now him and, like, he had sort of same thing going on too.
Mhm.
But my oldest two sisters, they were like a couple months apart.
Okay.
And the one with his wife
Mhm.
is not the oldest.
Mm.
And then the two after, yeah. And like, I found out about my family, my mom met some of them when they went to a funeral
Mhm.
up in like Monroeville.
Mhm.
Well, we already got family up there. Then found out about that, and then she's like, yeah, y'all want to meet them? I met my aunt, I met my grandma and my granddad before they died.
That's
So it was kind of cool.
yeah.
And like my granddad looked at me like, yeah. I was
You
like,
are ours.
yeah.
It's a gift.
My great grandma, she was like, she tried, the mama always was like, nah, I ain't doing. I was like,
Yeah. Mm.
but funny about it, my sister, my oldest sister, her mom used to work with, her aunt used to work with my grandma. And it was kind of funny because when they started like, oh, I was like, so basically telling me my sister's been here the whole time and all this stuff. And it kind of sucked. I still haven't met my dad.
And probably in person.
Yeah, in person. I don't even have a conversation with him. Like, I tried,
Yeah.
and like when I was in the military, like my uncle lived in Detroit and he lived in Detroit. So I was like, oh, I can go over there for a weekend
Mhm.
and then go visit my uncle and also meet my dad.
Right.
I met my other sister.
Was he like MIA or?
He's like, my sister was like saying he wasn't ready to meet me. And I was like, what the fuck? I don't care about nothing. So
It's
I
been
do.
about.
I'm like, I'm grown and in the
Right.
military.
Right.
I'm like, you still trying to hide stuff from your wife? Obviously, she know you. It's your past, like. But I understand like that part. I was like, man, tell me who my dad is and all those shit.
Mm.
But yours is different though. Yours is like adoption though. So
Yeah.
did you ever have any like identity things? Like, dang, who am I? Conflict
Yeah,
coming up?
because so the biggest thing would be my skin color. Like people used to be like, "Girl, you're not black." I'm like, "Yes, I am. I am black."
Wait, what color was your stepmom? Oh no, your adopted mom.
Mom, she's black.
She's
Like
black?
my family is black.
And you're the only like.
I'm the light skin. Now there's some family members like in Mississippi because that's where she's from. She
Okay.
was born in Chicago, but she was military, but she was pretty raised in like this little bitty town in Mississippi. So there's a couple of apples on the tree that's light, but it's not many of them. So it's like, when people see me with her and she's gorgeous chocolate woman, they're just kind of like, her daddy must be white.
Honestly, I thought you were mixed the whole time.
Yeah, really. Some people say, "Oh no, I never thought that you were mixed. Like I thought that you were black." And I think sometimes it's the way I talk, but it's just like being Southern. Like I think it's
Yeah, the Southern draw.
yeah,
The Southern.
the Southern twang,
Twang,
a little twang.
That everybody is so-called love, but you're like, oh, you from the South.
Yeah.
I was like, why you saying South like that?
Yeah.
I'm like, you from the North.
Don't drag it.
Don't drag.
it.
Because y'all don't know, we started everything.
Yeah.
We the originators. Y'all don't even want to get me started.
And I think we have that extra twang because we're so close to like Alabama. So it's like
But
we
they
have
said
this
Florida accent is actually thicker than
Alabama.
Alabama's.
Oh wow.
But actually, they said every part of the South got their own different
Yes.
accent.
Yes, I believe that because when I hear people from like Duval and stuff, I'm like,
No, that's rich. Look, all right, Florida is basically divided.
it
All
really
right,
is
well,
divided into its own
No, let me.
state.
I'm going to break this down.
Yes.
All right, because people get Florida confused as well
No,
too.
for real.
All right, so y'all ain't
might
never
be
been
the
to
most
Florida.
complicated, honestly.
Yeah, we the most complicated state other than maybe New York.
Yeah, oh, that's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Y'all crazy up there. But look, I'm gonna break it down to y'all. So y'all people that always judging Florida, don't understand the 3 different parts. All right, from Pensacola to Tallahassee. Well, I used to say Gainesville, Tallahassee. That's original Florida. That's Florida. Then you got from Jacksonville on to Tampa. That's the tourist areas.
Yeah.
That's like, oh, people want to go to Disney World, Busch Gardens, or Jacksonville. They like to go.
Well,
I don't know
look
why.
there.
I don't know why they want to go to Jacksonville,
Right.
but
'Cause it's not-
Daytona Beach is exactly dirty beaches and everything.
Listen.
Ain't nothing else.
Nothing.
Nothing. But y'all like to go there for some
No,
reason.
Yeah, go ahead. Come on.
Now once you get past Temple, and now you're going on to St. Pete, all this other stuff, now you're in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
That's the South Florida. That's where you hear all this shit be going on with people eating people and the salt and like the gators and all this other stuff. That's
them.
That's them.
We don't got that problem.
We country and we got beaches.
Exactly. That's it.
That's
we're
it.
Plain and simple.
We got crazy moments too, but
yeah, we're not as bad.
we're not as bad as down South Florida. There's 3 different parts. I love South Florida. Don't get me wrong.
It's a good time.
It's a good time.
It's a great time.
Great place to visit. My place to stay.
No, that's what I say. It's
Getting the food, get going.
Just visiting.
Just visiting.
Gotta go.
All right. So after you met your dad, how was that? Did you feel like it was like more knowing your identity then? Like
Yeah, I don't know. I never realized like when you have both pieces of the puzzle, it like makes sense then.
yeah.
You know, like, okay, she's acting this way, why? Oh, or like even myself, like, oh, I do this because like I get it from her, I get it from him. And I never was, or do I look like her? Or do I look like him? Like more so, and so it was just like so weird, like when I met him, like my grandmother, she was like, oh my goodness, you have my cheeks, and oh my goodness, you have this, and oh my, and you know, and I'm like, oh, you have a long torso and like shorter legs, like, you know what I mean? And I'm like, I do.
You can piece all your pieces.
I do. And so like my dad, I think it was just like a taking in moment for him. Like he didn't even have much to say. So I surprised my grandmother. So I was 16, went to Golden Corral. That was like their favorite spot at the time. It was like really high buffet, like post COVID, like you know,
that's where we
it
go.
was lit.
That's where we go.
The groves were fire, and so we met up there. And I met my dad in the parking lot, and I was super nervous to meet him. I was like, oh my God, I'm meeting my dad. And I think the thing is, like, you're afraid that someone's going to, like, abandon you in a sense. And I feel like I grew up with, like, those problems. Like, feel like somebody's just going to drop off in my life. Yeah. And so that's what I was scared of. Like, he was going to meet me and then just be like, peace out, Girl Scout. And I was like, please don't do that.
Well, of course. And you're 16 at the time. So,
yeah,
so you're like, this like, hey, Dad.
Yeah, I need you right now.
I need you back then, but I need you more than that right now.
More right now. Like, these teenagers are kicking my ass.
Yes.
And so, like, you know, I met him, and then I feel like we were both just kind of like, nervous. So we just went ahead and walked in, and then my grandmother, like, it was like a whole show. Like, everybody was crying, had their phones out recording, like, because everybody knew that he had a daughter, but they didn't know where I was. And I have been here the whole time.
Right under their nose.
Ooh. And my grandma, she stayed in Lincoln Park. So it's just like, we're right here.
You was like, dang.
Yeah, right here.
Right around the corner.
Yes.
Don't even know it. And see, that's what I think I'm most scared of too.
Really?
Because, like, I know I want like to know certain things. Because it's like, people say, like, this was one thing, this happened last year that effed me up. I was at work at Rhodesia. This dude that came in was actually in the military with my mom, but also with my dad. I knew his daughter because we went to school together. He hit me with something. He said, "Man, you look just like your dad."
Don't tell me that.
When I tell you, I went from, because everybody always tell me I look just like my mom.
Right. I hear that all the time.
Exactly.
And not my mom, but my aunt.
Yeah.
So when you hear that, oh my God, I know how you feel.
Exactly. But then when I heard that, I was like, I literally froze and stopped, and like my heart just started racing. I was like, the first, like he said basically, he was like, he was best friends with my dad in the military, and like everybody was like, oh man, you look just like your mom, but I got a long face, and I seen pictures of him. He got the same little long face, so I be looking like, dang, and I be wondering why I do certain things too. Like you said, but when I met my aunt, she basically saying, like my dad was similar like how I am. I was like, dang, but you never know until like
you meet them.
They meet them.
Yeah.
Like I'm lucky that I met my granddad and my grandma, because I think like 6 months after I met them, they passed away.
Wow.
So, and like I had already lost my granddad that was with my mom, so it was like really after my granddad died, that's when I really was like, man, hold up.
What's going on?
I want to know my other side, because like, man, it's my teenage years. I ain't had no person like male role model that should like guide me through it. I literally had to find out. I had to piece it together from friends and by myself and listening to them, like their dads tell me certain things.
And
so,
that sucks.
Yeah.
Like that stuff. Now I did have a stepdad, but we were like this.
Yeah.
We didn't get along,
Yeah.
and so you know, my issue with that was it was me and my mom for like 8 years, and so I was just used to that, like
Yeah.
me and her. And then when he came along, he was kind of like, oh, I want to do stuff for her. Oh, let's do this. Oh, let's do that. Well, why you gotta bring Rachel? And you know what I mean? So it was always
Yeah.
like this tension, or even if me and her were out doing something, he would be calling, what you doing? Or where y'all at? And so I feel like I was losing her, and then I don't have nothing else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm here, but I don't have nobody. I don't have nobody, and so that stuck for a long time. On my on Tammy's side, which is again my biological mom, she didn't stay here, but her sister did, and my grandmother and my grandfather did. And so until he passed, I did have a relationship with my grandmother and my grandfather, and then my aunt, like she's still in my life to this day, but they're kind of not my aunt, but everyone else is kind of like wishy-washy. So it's kind of like 1 minute you want to mess with me, and then the next like 2 years it's like, where you been? Like I ain't heard from you. Like
y'all ain't
y'all
on the phone.
right? Like the phone work both ways. You know what I mean? So it's just
That's
like
that's me and my grandma's favorite like saying, because like certain friends like bro, they always hit you up, but you don't want to hit them back up. And I've been that friend on both sides.
me too.
Same thing with family. And see me, I go my own way now. I'm like, I don't care like if I'm talking to you for a minute. When I talk to you, like, oh hey, boom, how you been? But I can understand how it feels. Like I feel like I'm the black sheep, and like especially like now I got kids. It's like I see all these like grandmothers and great grandmothers, like all this other stuff. And I'm like, damn, they got a granddad out here, but I ain't even met him yet.
Right.
I'm like, I've been trying to make it a point to actually go and meet him face to face, but don't even really know how to even
And it can't
approach
be
it.
one-sided, and that's the thing. Like they gotta give just a little bit of effort. You know what I mean? And if they don't, you just like, what to do? You don't know what to do.
Cause like I was thinking like I can go talk to my sisters first and get a DNA test with them. So after like obviously we ain't got the same mamas,
Right.
and they saying we related. So this means the common denominator is you my daddy.
You my daddy.
And like my older sister with my mom, she never really cared either way. Like she's strong, independent. Like it never bothered her for real. But it probably bothered her, but she probably never expressed it. But for me, that always been like a mystery. Cause I'm like, dang, because I feel like I missed something. I see all these kids, you know, when I'm playing Little League and everything, they got their dad there, and it's like, where's my? And like, I feel like different coaches take a different advantage of you when they know your dad's not there. So you can just put in you in whatever role, which is not.
And it's thrown up in your face too.
Oh yeah.
Like, excuse me, don't do that.
No, I literally like it was All-Star. I was playing All-Star baseball in Myrtle Grove. I'm supposed to be playing catcher. Everybody knows this. The coach that even like made sure I played catcher got kicked out the game early. They put me in the outfield, and like he's like, "Oh, you miss anything? We're taking you out for the rest of the game." And basically, everybody else was on their team, and they got favoritism this and third.
They kids, they nieces, the nephews,
And
and
one of them was my cousin, but like he was on their team. Like I never like playing with them when they get hard joining forces, because I'm like, bro, you ain't gonna play me like you should. So they popped it up over third baseman head, and like they told me to play back. So I barely got there, but I missed it. But I threw him out at second. I'm the only person that got to hit that game. The rest, we didn't even make it out the second period. They was just running away with the game. And my mom was pregnant at the time with my little sister. My older sister came to the car and told me, like, yeah, man, Chris not playing. He's there on the bench and everything. My mama came, got me, got my bats and everything.
He said, let's go. We finna go.
And I be thinking, like, dang, my dad was there. How much different would that whole thing would be?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because they know what it is.
Exactly. And it's so crazy that that's literally like the problem. Like piecing everything together and having all the pieces is so important in today's
It is.
age. Cause like I wonder how many kids that went through
Something similar.
something similar,
Yeah.
and you hear about people like, oh, I was dating this one guy, and then they find out like, they related to you. You be like,
We got kids!
I'm like, oh, shit.
Lord!
You done fucked up the whole
We
thing.
didn't do that. I promise we didn't do that.
Exactly. And it's like, it's crazy these days. But what was your biggest obstacle that you had to overcome through all of that?
Knowing that I don't need somebody. I always felt like I need to hold on so
Like-
hard to somebody, you know, so I don't lose them. And that's, you know, romantic relationships, friendships, even family. I'm like, oh, I don't want you to leave, so I don't want to say this, or I don't want to do this, or even though you hurt me in this way, I just don't want to let you go. Oh, I'm not going to let you go. And you can say sorry as many times and it's going to be fine because, you know, you're here and you'll stay, so whatever. So I had to learn how, you know, like, that's toxic. Like, you know, let people go. And some, you know, another friend or a family member you never met or another relationship, it'll come right on in.
And it'll bloom.
Yeah, and it'll bloom. And it's like, you know, it's a blessing in disguise. And I feel like I was blocking my blessings by holding on to certain people in my life. So it was just like, you know, once I let them go, it could be a week later and I'm like, oh my goodness, I just met, you know, like one of my best friends now. Or, oh my goodness, you know. So it's just like, you know, you live and you learn through those things. And I think the hardest times were definitely like high school and like 18, 19, like really trying to figure it out.
I think we're still trying to find out who we are,
Yes.
especially in that time.
Yes.
And I know, like, I can say even until like when I got to like early 20s,
Mhm.
still trying to, like, I feel like the whole thing in life is always discovering new parts about yourself
Mhm.
that you didn't even know. But then you also got the most peer pressure during them ages in high school. Actually, I don't want to say middle school, all the way to like early 20s. And then you finally figure out like, bro, I don't want to put up with this. I can do better than this.
I think it finally clicked for me when I was 22.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of like, why are you dealing with this? Why are you doing this? Is it making you happy, or are you just doing it because everybody else doing it type stuff? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or are you doing it because the person you're in a relationship doing it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, you don't even want to, none of this you're doing you want to do.
Exactly.
Once you
Exactly.
figure that out, it's just kind of like, you just kind of take your own path, and then like, people just start coming into your lane. You know what I mean?
And
You're
it's
not
that
in somebody's lane no more.
And it's the energy,
Yeah.
like the energy, like energy attract for like energy.
Yes, and it's a big thing.
I agree, and like, I think that started happening with me like 24, 25. Well, different parts of it happened during different parts.
Different parts, yeah.
But I think when I fully, completely did, like, you know what, fuck everybody else, was actually when I got into my situation like 3 years ago.
Mhm.
And I seen like people that you least expect to talking about me, people you least expect to actually have your back. I was like, man, they say the people that are closest to you, you're the main people waiting to see your downfall.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, that's the most realistic thing I have heard, and I keep to my, like, even to this day, like, even with certain friends,
Mhm.
like, yeah, we talking and everything else too, but like, as far as everything else, I don't give as much as I used to give, like, back then.
Mhm.
I'm like, no, I'm real conservative now. I'm like, yeah, I'll talk about this, that, third, but you might know everything going on in my life.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep you blind to as much stuff as possible, because I now know that
People's
intentions
intentions.
are just for their personal gain, not for like you
God,
can't
chill.
Exactly.
Jesus.
So look, it's like we was talking, like you gotta have somebody that pouring into you just as much as you pouring into them. And
Exactly.
any type of relationship, friendship, family, significant others, even freaking I found some more people pouring to me that were strangers that I just
Hello.
met than the people I knew my whole life.
Hello. If you ain't preaching,
Hallelujah.
hallelujah.
Nah,
The book is right here.
the book is
The
ready.
book right here. But I feel like even at this age, I make sure that my cup is full.
Yeah.
my cup is full and I'm not dependent on someone else filling my cup up. Because whether you're there or not, I'm good.
I'm gonna be okay.
I'm gonna be fine.
Hey.
I might shed a tear, but my cup gonna be full.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
But I think the tears are needed.
They're needed.
Cause.
And why do people? I feel like some people don't want to cry. You know what I mean?
Cause it, like, all right, especially with men, I'm gonna let you know this.
Oh yeah, let me know.
Cause you gotta think about it. How many times it only take one time to learn. Like, fool you want, shame on you.
Mhm.
You shouldn't be able to get fooled again either way.
Mhm.
There always was that one person they open up to and show their emotions, and they threw it right back in their face.
Mhm.
And if you're emotional, most times they tell you, "Oh, you're less than a man. You're not even this. And you weak, blah blah blah." But actually, that's false. That's showing you that he actually is a strong individual.
Right.
If he was willing to open up and be vulnerable with you and actually show you his emotions, that's the most strong type of man you can ever find. But in society, how they push it, oh,
you weak,
you're
or
weak,
you're
a pussy, and so like they hold it in. Like really, there's no place for men to go and release.
right.
And even like say your relationship, like it's always that one instant when you're mad and you like there's an argument going on and you try to and then you like that man just shut off from you after that, and he's never going to open up to you in the same way ever again, because he just showed you just showed him like, oh, that trust that I had with you is not in existence.
Right.
You're just holding this in just for
one moment,
just one moment of you, a misunderstanding moment that you can just, and that's why a lot of guys like don't like to open up.
Mm-hmm.
I opened up to my mom one time, like during 2020. You want to tell you what she said to me?
What did she say?
Oh, you gay? I was like, what the? I was like, Mom, I'm just trying to tell you how this
Let me tell you what I feel about that. I feel like these issues, and not with just men, but even women, it really starts in your household.
Yeah.
Like it started when you were a kid.
Yeah.
And then we're bringing these things into our relationships, into our jobs, into our friendships, and it's like, why act like this? Or remember the time back in 2006 when my mama on the couch, you know what I mean? You be like, oh, that's why. Like that, you know, those traumatic triggering experiences, and you don't realize how much of a toll that takes on you.
And like until you go get therapy.
Oh, I was just gonna say.
Because therapy has helped me through a lot. I ain't all the way there yet, but working a year and plus over on therapy and like getting like a lot of positive motion forward.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say positive momentum forward. How about that? Let me ask you more. That intellect is like I've been able to get the tools needed that even if like something throw me off for the day, like I may take 5 minutes just like, but I realize, man, it's not that bad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be all right. Like there's moments where I still like, man, I break down, I'm like, bro, I feel like I'm like just as lonely as ever.
Mm-hmm.
But try to figure out the tools. Like sometimes you be trying to call people, but sometimes you just gotta sit in the silence and figure out what's triggering that. Because there's a lot of deep rooted stuff that I didn't know I was dealing with.
It's down there.
That literally like I was like, man, I can like either hold this in or tell the people and say, screw it, I don't care. I'm like, but I don't want to like not care about their feelings.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm like, hey, I need you to understand this is how this makes me feel. And until the world become a more safer place for men to do that, because it's okay for women to do that. Like this is how I feel. But most of the time when a guy tells a woman how he feel, they revert it and like, you just made me feel so bad. I was like, well then you basically just said, fuck my feelings right then and there. Mm-hmm. So why the hell?
Why am I saying anything?
Exactly.
Yeah. And I feel like for me, so people expect me to be emotional and like a woman and all this, and I'm not. So if I'm in a situation and we're arguing and bickering and like that, I'm not crying.
Yeah.
Like I'm finna either walk away or either we figure it out or we're done. But all that, like us crying and stuff like that, and some people take that as like, oh my gosh, she's so mean and she's so blunt, or like she's so dominant, or she just wants to be right. And it's like, no, like everyone shows emotions in different ways. So just because I'm not crying to you doesn't mean mentally I'm not up here like, you fucked up.
Yeah.
Or you need to fix this about yourself. I don't feel the need to cry every time. And so I wish that more people would be comfortable in the way they show their feelings.
Because not everybody the same.
Yeah.
The biggest thing is fighting fair.
Yeah.
My therapist has taught me this, like, learn how to fight fair and communicational, like, how you communicate. Like, if you have a disagreement, we ain't got to raise our voice. Let's talk about this like adults. Like, hey, this is what happened. This is how I perceive this. Because most of the times when there come a misunderstanding between others, it can be with family, like, even with, like, all the stuff, like, you went through. It's literally them just sitting down and like, hey, bringing it down to you. Like, this is what's going on. Nah, because most people perceive things in a different way. They probably perceive like, oh, y'all trying to hide this, my dad from me.
Right.
Like, bro, like, tell me.
Perception versus reality.
Exactly. But we get so caught up in our own perspective sometimes that we forget that there's another side and multiple sides to that same story. So it's like, dang, the reality was like right in front of you. But until you actually sit there and willing to have that conversation to understand others' perspective, you might as well gonna be mad at the whole damn world. Because shit, not everybody, I can't be a people pleaser no more.
Listen,
I'm people
if
pleasing.
what I say is about to make you cry, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry,
I'm
but
sorry.
you need to figure out why that making you cry.
Right.
That ain't my job.
Right. Because you might say something to me, so if I express my feelings to you and
Yeah.
you're like, okay, well, I feel like this bad, there should be a line where it's like, okay, you feel that way, and I feel that way.
Yeah.
No one is wrong,
Exactly.
but it's just like,
You're entitled to feel
This is
how you
my
don't feel.
point.
This is your viewpoint, my viewpoint.
and that's it.
How you feel and how I feel, it's not gonna be the
It's not gonna be
same.
the same.
We two different.
And we
two
might be
different
looking at it
people.
from two different perspectives too.
Yes.
You might be looking at this from one end, and I might be looking at it from another. So it's like, you just really gotta sit and have a conversation. Now, to me, I know people say shutting down is bad, but to me, sometimes you do need that space where it's like, let me get my thoughts together
Exactly.
before I say something crazy.
Cause literally you be thinking like, most that happen, people be thinking, oh, they must have said something out of pocket. But you take the time to think, it really wasn't that out of pocket. They were just like, oh, they just showing
Well,
it.
sometimes you realize the whole situation was dumb as hell.
Exactly.
You be like, well, you know what? I don't even know why I got mad. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Sometimes they'll give you the opportunity to reflect.
Oh, you just said, hey, and women, don't be afraid to apologize. Cause low key, that's the reason why a lot of these guys don't care about y'all no more. Y'all ain't apologize. Like, bro, own up.
Yeah.
A lot of times they try to twist him. Like, if you tell them, like, I ain't like something, I'm mad at you for telling me. I was like, but you gonna tell me day in, day out, oh, this ain't there. I'm like, I don't like it. Look, that's why I'm trying to destroy this theory of this skeptical idea of happy wife, happy life. Because that just says basically the only way I'm gonna be happy is my wife happy.
What
Nah,
about-
my happiness,
what about you? Yeah.
my happiness means something too.
Right.
So
And I've been in a relationship with a man and a woman.
yeah,
You know, it's just like, men aren't as emotional, but I feel like for me personally, being with a woman has shown me, okay, let me think about it this way.
Yeah.
Maybe not, this way. It's kind of made me like, learn patience. in a
Yeah.
sense. Like I feel like I was, a guy sometimes. Like, okay, let me not say that, or let me not do that. But with men, in a relationship with a man, he wouldn't tell me that, so I could just go on and on and on and on, and he'll just be like, here she go.
because sometimes
You know?
sometimes men communicate with their body language more than they thought.
Their thoughts.
Because we looking at this. If I say what I really want to say, I know how you're gonna act,
Right.
and I know what's gonna happen. I'd rather keep the peace and just shut up.
Right.
But then y'all get mad at us for shutting up.
Oh, for
But
sure.
you get mad. But you're gonna get mad at us too for saying what we really want to say. So
Yeah.
it's a lose-lose.
It's a lose-lose situation.
For men in general, it's always gonna be a lose-lose situation until accountability is held
Yeah.
in the female spectrum.
Now, I feel like that's for men too, though.
No,
like,
like,
taking accountability. Like,
No.
okay,
Yeah, cause like
now if you said you was going out with your boys and you really went to Shorty house, just take accountability for your actions because I had your location. You know what I mean? And some people don't be there. They be like, I didn't go there. I didn't do that.
if you got to the point, hey, if you get in a point of relationship where you gotta track everybody with your location,
It's a bit much.
you need to go ahead.
It really is.
That's toxic.
It is.
Go ahead. If you can't trust them that much, why are you in a relationship with somebody like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Facts.
Guys and girls.
Facts. Yeah.
That's yeah.
Well, it is Pride Month, so
Yeah.
Pride. But whether you with a woman or whether you with a man,
You
like
popping out
you
my
have
tongue, I'm
to
gonna
do
shoot
that.
you. I don't know who you hit. Oh shit.
What are you doing?
You mad? You get it
Why
right?
are you at Starbucks with me right now? I didn't invite you. This was supposed to be for just me, myself, and I. Like,
Oh no, cause look, people, like that's why I would never like. I'm terrible at communicating. I realized when I came to relationships
mm-hmm.
back in the past. Cause like me, I'll go to a movie in midday by my damn self.
Mm-hmm.
And
Ooh,
like,
solidarity.
and look, that's my place of peace. Like I love movies. Like I always want to be an actor. I want to do stuff like film and everything.
Mm-hmm.
This place I just go and look and I say, okay, and I just get lost in a different story.
Yeah.
Come out of the got 10, 15 missed calls. I turn my phone on do not do service. This is me,
Me and me time.
me and me time, which is very important.
It is. When you feel like you gotta be around somebody all the time,
Hmm.
that's something wrong within you.
Oh yeah.
You gotta be comfortable with it just being you by yourself.
Yeah. Well, now they're saying also too. All right, who cheat more? Because you done dated both a girl and a guy. Who cheated more?
There was no cheating in my female relationship.
They're more secretive.
Females,
Yeah.
we can be more sneaky.
Yeah. Girls trips.
Not even, but girls trips. See, I don't know. Like I would say, me and my girlfriend, we were like more so best friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I did it the right way first.
Yeah. So
But-
it was just kind of like, oh, I'm going with the girls. Okay, have fun.
Yeah.
See you when you back. You know what I mean? So it wasn't, but with a guy, but also that last relationship, it was nothing but cheating. So it's like, for me personally, it's hard to compare because I went to something so toxic to something so healthy. You know what I mean? So it's like, I had a drastic, and I had to learn because I was like, I need your location. Why you want to go out with the girl? Because she was a female. So she actually had female friends that she wasn't interested in, but I wasn't used to that. I'm like, why you like women? Why do you want to hang with women?
Why can you hang with the dudes?
Why you want to hang with the guys?
Man.
So, I mean, I could only, I don't know, because I have some friends.
That
I
girl.
got some friends and a girl, they be
I know.
doing
Good
what
look.
they do, so.
Good look.
But I feel like on each playing field, it's because of hurt.
Yeah.
I feel like someone has hurt you to a point where it's like you don't give a fuck, and it's gonna take that person to be like, oh, I ain't never gonna fuck this up ever.
Yeah. Cause I said I ain't met that person yet. Well, probably have, but I really to the conclusion like, man,
You messed it up.
I ain't messing up. I'm like, bro, I'm just cool being by myself. I like my peace. I got my kids, and like
You comfortable right now?
I'm comfortable right now to the point where I know, like, man, after all the past relationships went wrong and all this other stuff and everything else too, I'm like, man, I told everybody I got like one relationship left in me. And if that don't work,
I'm
no,
big shit
man.
like, yeah.
cool. But I ain't gonna lie, it does hurt. I think guys hurt a lot worse in relationships when like these. I'm not saying women don't hurt, but they hurt too. But man, for a guy to like say, "Hey man, the thing, all right, I'm trying to take this stuff serious, boom, 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 boom," then turn around. It's like,
So,
man,
but see, I feel like women aren't heard. So I feel like, for example, we complain the whole time about something, right? And we nag, and y'all are aggravated as fuck. Like, oh my god, here she go again. But we've been telling you the whole time. But when y'all have a problem, y'all don't do that. Y'all like,
But that go back to what I said earlier.
Yeah.
'Cause
So I feel like we're hurting. I think we're hurting equally. It's just that we're more vocal,
Yeah.
and y'all might be less vocal.
Well, like, I feel like it's gonna come down to this. You sitting there and like, if you can sit in silence with your person, no matter sex or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and you can sit in silence and not have to say nothing, that moment right there,
That's the best one.
that's the best moment of intimacy ever. Cause it's like, bro, nothing else exists except you and this person.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the portion, like with the nagging and everything, like sometimes you may think about it, say you've been nagging about different things all over. Not all the time you think like you just nagging, you just saying stuff just to say stuff. Now, if you sit down and versus the nagging, it's like, hey man, I really got a problem with this. I really need you to fix this, because if this is not being able to be fixed, I can't see myself going anywhere further. And like you had a serious conversation versus the yelling and nagging all dramatics, like that right there,
You take it more serious.
it taking more serious. And it's like most people these days don't want to sit there and have them serious
hard conversations.
They always think you gotta do the love and hip hop, reality TV type of
I'm gonna
argument.
throw this glass across the room. You gonna hear me? No.
Exactly.
And I've been there.
Exactly.
I've been in the crazy, flipping chairs, breaking the TV.
I see my girlfriend throw a glass ball at her roommate head.
Listen, I done got buck crazy. I could have made it on the Bad Girls Club. I could have made it. Okay.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
I'm glad you did.
Could have made it, but it's just like you. And those were in the younger years. It's like you learn. You're like, I don't want no more scars, or I don't want to hurt people, or I don't want to.
Yeah.
And but some people don't learn that. Some people are still 30, 35, 39, 40, living this same crazy lifestyle. They might never learn, but some people, you're giving out. I say that blessing of learning. Like, okay, I don't want to be like this no more.
Oh yeah.
That's also who you meet.
Yeah. But think about it, the people you meet is already around in your circle. It's just like you never
gotta learn how to cut people off.
And you just never allowed them people that you're supposed to meet you. Cause a lot of y'all girls be so having this stink look on y'all face all the time. Like, yeah, never mind. I don't even want to holler at them. And y'all give that death look
like what is it called? The resting bitch.
Yeah, the resting bitch face. I'm not gonna say the bitch face, but that's what y'all got. And like a lot of guys think about it, going up to girls these days, even for friendship reasons. You can call it creep. You call all these different names. Like, bro, why the fuck you in my face? But say no one ever came up to talk to you.
Right.
How would you feel? You're like, damn.
Why you come to her? Why ain't you come to me? Like,
shit, I already know what you're gonna say. You're gonna cuss me out this down third. So.
Right, just fine. And see, that's the thing. Like, I feel like I can talk to anyone.
Yeah.
Like, if you wanna, you can be the guy dancing in Seville, and I'm gonna be like, hey,
let's
get it, yeah.
Get it, yeah. Like, ah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Or even respectfully, if someone approaches me and be like, hey, I would like to get your number or something like that, like, hey, I'm not available. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not, if you're looking for this, I can't provide you that.
But you wanna be my homie.
I mean, what's up?
What's up?
You trying to go get group drinks and stuff like that. I mean,
like,
what you doing?
Brunch on you?
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's a vibe. But it's like, and I do understand. I know a lot of females, even some of my friends, I be like, why do you act like that?
Yeah.
Ain't nobody gonna talk to you with you acting like that. But let them see a man they think is cute or fine. Oh my God, let me go pass by him. Like, oh my God, let me
see.
Oh, he gonna be at this event. Let me wear this so I can. Girl, just be yourself, because you're not gonna be that next year, okay?
Exactly. And that's why I tell everybody my first date, we're going to the beach. I'll make sure your face look exactly how your face look. Throw you in the water. Boom. Oh, you make sure you ain't lying.
For real. For real.
Because look, I ain't. Look.
Listen, I know how that be.
Too many times, like them catfish and shit. I ain't got time for it.
Yeah. Wait a minute now, because it ain't even just the women no more. Men, y'all getting these little glue ons.
Hey, don't be talking about glue on. Hey.
Y'all be getting it too.
If y'all women wearing, why the hell can't they?
Okay, and that's valid. So when you dunk me, I'ma dunk you. Let's see what come off on each other.
Shoot, don't let him come off on me. Me looking at you like, damn, what the fuck you doing? No, I'm like, I can swim. I can swim. Can you? No, look, I'll be like, it is what it is these days. Can't complain. Like, man, it's gonna be what it's gonna be.
It's gonna be, yeah.
Cause
either you're gonna do the growing, or
yeah,
you're gonna be stuck in your same situation.
that's why I tell people like, man, show me what you look like in your sweatpants when you're at the house watching all your girl chick flicks crying.
Exactly.
Cause if you ain't look, I was like, I can deal with that. I don't care. You have a little messy all this stuff.
FaceTime you randomly.
No, they don't know to do that anymore. They always because I remember I used to be that guy.
Yeah.
In the walking club, like now, like even still sometimes they they see me up in there. I'm like, when I rather go out anyway.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't even like talking to them. I'm Oh, what you running? Oh, we're getting drinks. Oh, this round on me. This next round on you. Oh, matter of fact, this round on you first. 'Cause I'm gonna be here. You ain't about to get nothing but like.
And you know, I think that's what's different now, for women. And I've never been that woman to be like, he's gonna pay for my drinks and my food and my. It's like I'm making my. If you making your own money, and he making his own money.
Why the hell I gotta take care of your ass?
Why you gotta take care of me? Like it don't make sense.
We supposed to
Now,
take care of each other.
I will say if you're making more than me, maybe you chip more than I do, but it still should be a something. Unless you're just a gold digger and you just, that's.
And a lot of these women these days are gold.
Yeah, and I feel like that's what women aren't liking is you're expecting all this out of a man, but now they're expecting out of you, and now you're like, what the fuck? Where are these men from the '90s? And where are these men from the back in the day?
But
It's
that's
like times change.
But not even just that. They always want to say something like that back in the day. But the women these days are not the women from back in the day.
Exactly.
So you want something.
Because women nowadays, they don't want to cook.
Nope.
Now, my parents are older, I say.
Yeah.
So, I will do.
And look, I cook.
Right. I cook. I clean. I make my own money. I can be the older generation and I can be the new generation all in one.
But
But
I
it's
don't like being
like,
ratchet no more.
all in one. But it's like, women ain't liking that. Women aren't liking
And that's the
a
same.
man speaking up for himself.
Exactly.
It's like, I like this. And I like.
Exactly. I'm like, well, she's like, oh, you want me to do? I was like, and that's the thing about the light that you said. They pass her into a new relationship and think about all the stuff they did in the old relationship and think they get accounted for in the new relationship, which that's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Like you just started a new job.
Yeah.
You gotta perform. If you ain't performing, the
Gotta go.
the door is right there. You can get out of here.
Termination.
Gotta go. Kick the shoe off, everything. I be kicking. Woo. I was like, why are you here?
Mm-hmm.
Because what happened that don't have shit to do with me.
Right. And I'm guilty of that. I'm guilty of being in a long relationship and then getting into my new one and being like, oh God, you're attractive and you have now y'all unfortunately following is a big thing. So you have a big following and people are trying to interact with you. Here we go again.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's individualized. Everybody ain't the same. So the way this person treated you, and just because this person might have the same demographics as them, don't mean they're gonna be the same person. They can be a whole nother person. And I had to learn that. I had to learn, Rachel, step back, let her go on her own. Let her do this. Let her spend time by herself if she wants to. Let her play the game and not nag her while she playing the game. Just let them be. Let them be.
Cause look, people don't understand. Your time by yourself is well needed. As you can tell, you've been there.
Yeah.
So
Keeping your individuality is what makes you in the relationship.
Exactly. Cause look, people ain't grasp that yet. Cause the moment you realize the reason why I like you because you doing you, not because you doing what I do.
Exactly.
do.
I don't want to play the game with you. Okay, I want to play the game with myself.
If you take credit and you do your time and you actually like, hey man, I'm about to whoop your ass real quick. I'm like, okay, I'll set the challenge.
Yeah.
That's something different. But you kind of like, man, every time I'm on game, I'm like, can you be on that game? I'm like, when you go to your little brunch dates, you want me to go with you?
Every time?
Oh no, let me go with
Because
you.
I want to go and talk shit.
Exactly. I want to see you talking shit about me. What you saying? Look, cause your friends, low key, they in my DMs. They waiting for you to fuck up.
Ooh.
We ain't gonna say nothing about that. Cause look, we ain't gonna say nothing about that.
I like that one.
Because that's the thing about girls.
Men and women. Men, I'm telling you, I say that because I've been on both sides of the playing field at this point. So it's like I've been there when my ex's friend was like, "You can do better." Right there, and I'm like, as soon as we break up, what? You move, okay? But then I've been on both sides, so I know we both playing the same game. I promise we playing the same game. Unfortunately.
Unfortunately. All right. So, far as everything from this episode, what do you say most people need to take away from this conversation?
I would say living your truth.
That is true.
Living your truth.
That's a big one. Yep. Ooh.
Your life don't compare your life to someone else's. Live in your moments and your truth, and the blessings will overflow.
You
Because if you're trying to live somebody else's life,
know.
baby, you ain't never gonna reach it. You ain't never gonna reach it.
Yeah.
You gotta clap for this person, be on your way and do your thing. You know what I mean? Whether that's in your job, whether that's in your relationship, family, friendships,
Yeah.
listen.
Yeah.
That's what you gotta do. That's the biggest thing I can think of.
Damn. Man, honestly, I'll take away everything you said. And really, it's all about the puzzle pieces, piecing everything together.
Piecing everything together.
Cause
In every aspect of life.
every aspect.
Because your life is a puzzle. And really, as long as you're alive, you ain't never gonna get all pieces.
Nope.
You're gonna be piecing that thing together
Until
forever.
forever.
Like a long puzzle.
You're rich, you're broke.
Yes.
You're still gonna be trying
And
to.
just because you're rich don't mean you happy.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what a lot of people right now, all this money everywhere, it's like, but are you happy? Because
Shit.
you're not happy. And it's
Shit.
okay to admit that.
Hey.
Because I know people broken living on the side of the road who they having the time
Well,
of their
their
life. Okay?
Exactly. And look, and that's the truth. Cause look, people stop being gold diggers also. Cause look, if y'all looking at everything that people doing on social media, they showing you
You
just
trying to do the same
1% of not even 1%, a percent of a percent, point 0.0000001% of their life. And if
Yeah.
you ain't gonna willing to do everything they do on a day-to-day basis, shut the fuck up and get
Exactly.
on with your life.
Exactly.
Man, but Rachel or Ray, I want to say thank you for coming on this episode of From Boys to Men.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, I will. And to all my loyal listeners and followers out there, I want to say thank y'all for tuning in for this episode.
Yes.
And y'all already know why I say episode and I leave off. Dream big dreams because small dreams have a little magic. And how big would you dream? You know you're going to fail. And remember this. You do your best and let God take care of the rest. And peace, love, happiness. We out.
I know that I'm different, self-motivated, self-disciplined, yeah. I learned from my experience. I just want someone to take me serious. Real questions that I ask. How long will this solo trip last? I'm content with being alone in the past, but it's changing and it's something I can't grasp. Turn off my phone, I'm in my zone, so now I'm acting different. I'm to myself, I'm in my head, mapping out this life I'm living. Shadow work on myself, I done already seen hell. Can't fit in, so I rebel, but I don't miss a beat. I don't miss a beat.